It is a Thursday morning, and you know what that means on the CSX Downtown Spur, Voodoo and Palmettos Thursday. Thursday is one of two nearly guaranteed days of the week where CSX train Y322, a third shift Hialeah yard switcher, works the CSX Downtown Spur. And this particular edition is actually quite tardy. At nearly 8 a.m. the train had only made it to Family and Sons, the last eastbound trailing point switch. Normally around this time they would be almost done with their entire shift.
We gotta go to the next spot. You're really gonna like it.
Nearly 4 years ago to the day, I had the opportunity to visit Lance Minheim's Downtown Spur switching layout, and here's a scene taken from roughly the exact same location. While Family and Son itself had been repainted into a more dull dark tan color, the green building still remains. Throughout the Downtown Spur, you can really see signs of what once was. In fact, this main line was originally a double-track approach into their old Miami station, and littered along this main line were a number of spurs that served all sorts of freight customers, produce, consumer goods, etc. But unfortunately, as time progressed, a lot of them moved to truck or they moved to other industrial parks. And Miami is slowly changing. This part may not be so industrial in the near future. I wanted to do another compare and contrast shot to Lance Minheim's layout. This is Northwest 17th Avenue, and the building to the left used to be often known as Miami Waste Paper. Well, that was what the sign on the front of it said anyhow. There was also business at the back of that building, but that has been long gone. The entire CSX Downtown Spur is filled with very dramatic scenery. This is a runaround between 12th and 10th Avenues. By that dark turquoise building was the former 12th Avenue switchpad, where CSX had a number of customers including the Miami Produce Center. And railroad history fans will like this one. Notice that strip of asphalt to the left of the locomotive? This was a former platform of the Seaboard Airline Miami station, which became an Amtrak station in 1971, and then it was closed in the late 1970s. Amtrak now serves a facility by CSX's Hialeah yard. Here CSX Y322 starts to make its way west and finds some very dramatic scenery west of Northwest 12th Avenue. The switch shown here that was recently ripped up went to Cuba Tropical Produce, but they stopped receiving around when the 2009 recession hit. Now this is already pretty cool, but imagine what it would have been like to document the passenger trains with streamliner equipment, even some from the Pennsylvania Railroad riding over these rails. This very brief street running in a three-way intersection in the middle of Miami makes for one of the most unique elements of the Downtown Spur. The last customer on CSX Y322's journey is Sungas, a liquefied petroleum gas distributor. Business is pretty good here at Sungas. Both the industry track that Y322 is running on, as well as a siding that was normally used to off-spot several cars, are being used to unload the tankers, and that is making for a pretty hefty switch operation here at Sungas. Once the train finished its work here, we would get one more photo-only shot at the next location near South River Drive, and then proceed over to the FEC side for something that has not been seen in quite a while. And that was actually the point of the stay until Y322 turned that catch into gravy. But first...
Yeah, this happened, guys. It happens all the time, Voodoo Palmettos. You're gonna run into them nails, and this was on Miami Avenue, actually. Major thoroughfare. I took one for the team, but we have a spare. We get a little help installing it, and Brightline's like right around the corner, and couldn't have pulled up at a better place.
In conjunction with some major PTC work on the FEC Port Lead, Brightline sent a test train down to Miami to test out the crossing signals and the overall infrastructure. And this is the first time a Brightline train has run since the March 25, 2020 shutdown due to COVID-19. Due to the presence of all the workers and flaggers at the grade crossings, as well as the potential for malfunctions, all trains that run through this work zone are required to sound their horn at all the grade crossings, which is an exception to the overall rule of the quiet zones that had plagued much of the southern part of the FEC mainline since 2019, and really the Port Lead for its entire rebirth. The test train only ran as far as Midtown Miami between Northwest 36th and 29th Streets before changing direction. And that signal shown here is the distance to Overtown. And in case you're wondering, that single bulb at the bottom of both signals is a flashing white light that will indicate when a train is lined to Dodge Island. The row of high-rises lining the FEC Port Lead make for a very cool backdrop, and in fact, cool enough that I have decided to model them in LEGO for the Greater Florida LEGO Users Group. As of late 2020, I had built 2, Hyde, and 4 Midtown. In short order, the Brightline test train makes its way north to continue doing its back and forth test runs, and we are calling it a day. But there is one more catch to get on the way home. CSX train 0722 heading south toward the Lehigh Spur, and passing a very classic artifact of the CSX, or rather the Seaboard Miami subdivision. The old Miami Canal drawbridge that was built when the line was extended to Miami in the mid-1920s. I hope you have enjoyed this morning in Miami of trains, and I look forward to sharing plenty more with you soon. But if you want to see that, you gotta make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And while you're at it, feel free to leave a like and comment on this video. I would like to hear from you and your thoughts and what you want to see coming from me soon. Thanks for watching. From Miami, Florida, this is TE, out.